Hey, it's JJ here, owner of Scotland's original beard care brand, Braw Beard. Born in Scotland and enjoyed worldwide, Braw Beard produce high quality beard care products and a range of clothing. As the brand grows, so does our community, the Brawtherhood. With this show, I want to give you a further insight into the brand and the people involved. We'll be sharing stories, lessons learned, beard care tips, and interviews with our athletes and ambassadors, and generally just shooting the shit and seeing where the conversation takes us. You're listening to our brand new podcast, or should I say, the Braw Cast. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Sweet. Welcome to episode 7 of the Braw Cast, and I'm here with Braw athlete and Ninja Warrior star Ali Hay.
What's up, guys?
So Ali's a contestant in Ninja Warrior UK, that's right?
Yep, every year.
Every year.
Mm-hmm.
And you make it to the final every year too, right?
Yes, sir, 3 years in a row. That's back to back. I'm the only male ninja as well for the last 3 years consecutive. So
nice. Good.
Place better every year. So we're still going. We're still
awesome,
doing it. Like
good.
Hi.
That's always impressive to watch. Like, but we'll take it back to kind of when we met. When was that? That was end of 2017, I think, right?
Yeah. Just trying to think back in there. I think it would have been around the end of 2017. I just come off another beard brand sponsorship in my first year ninja. Yeah. What you guys see on the TV is always like the year after we filmed it. Yeah. So I'd have done it in 2016 and then coming into 17. Yes. And so on. And then my sister knows your sister, and they've been talking about, Braw Beard, and somebody had mentioned it literally like 2 or 3 days before. Right. And it had come up, and I'd already known about you guys, and I was like, all right, aye, and based really local to me, just down the road. And I remember I pinged you a message, and you just come out looking for your athlete for the season. You're kind of done, but you were kind of looking around to see if there was any leeway to get me on the board, and so it would have been end of 2017.
2017, and then I think kind of 2018 we got the ball rolling. You kind of came on board as a Braw athlete, and man, I'm a fan of Ninja Warrior as well. I think obviously being younger, we were talking about this earlier, but Gladiators. Yeah, like I kind of grew up on Gladiators. That was the
Gladiator
show.
Was massive. And what's her name was from Musselburgh? She was what was her name? Lightning, maybe?
Lightning. Is she?
Was that? She was Musselburgh. She was really good friends with my auntie. She moved away. It was like I'm sure she went to school here, and then they moved away. My auntie's still in Musselburgh, and she I remember she got me like an autograph when I was a kid.
Oh,
and it's
jealous,
funny because it's still funny when people ask me, can I get an autograph for my kid? Yeah. I remember thinking how cool nuts it was to get it. So often, like, it stays with me in my mind, like, what it meant to me as a kid.
Oh, definitely.
I was like, yes, showing everybody at school my wee picture, okay?
I guaranteed.
Aye, but Gladiators was massive. And I mean, looking back on it, I literally YouTubed it about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was just like, what did we see? What was the challenge here, by the way? Like, it was the spandex was the biggest challenge in that entire thing. Getting those guys in that lycra would have been the hardest part. Totally. My days.
Just get them lubed up in baby powder and slip them in.
Get them in there, like, because I watch it now, and I think because they used to travel, so they used to go location.
That's right, yeah.
And I still think that's maybe something Ninja wants to incorporate. It's just such a huge setup.
Right, okay.
It's possibly maybe only worth doing it for maybe the finals or something, taking it to somewhere different.
All right, okay. Yeah.
And then just making it massive, because in the States they travel different cities, but it's filmed over 3 months. I mean, we film it in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
So it's like you're done in a jiffy.
Shit.
Yeah, it's really, really fast. Like.
So the whole season's done in 2 weeks?
Aye. We literally, what folks see when you're sitting on the couch and you watch it every other week, we do that day after day. So like if you do semi-finals, if you make to the semi-finals, you go semi-finals, finals part 1, and then the next day you do finals part 2 and 3. Shit. So that's why we're all completely gassed by folk are like, how are these guys falling at the start of this course? It's because everybody's absolutely gassed from the last
you gotta be knackered,
it's straight, and then you got hotels and you're living away, and you're up real early because you know what it's like whenever you're away, your mind's you're not focused on, you're so focused on something you can't get sleep and stuff like that, and it's
your diet's different as well.
Your routine's completely messed up. So that's one of the things I take a big learning curve on this year, was making sure I stuck to my diet and to my regime as best I could, and just tried to carry everything with me that I would use or do.
Yeah, well, that'd be a benefit as well, just keeping a routine going, because not that it's much different. I mean, it is a lot different, but when I was mountain biking and stuff, you'd be away racing for the weekend and your diet would change. and you just feel shit, really.
Aye, you just eat, I want that big burger, I'm away. It's like your mind goes holiday mode, but you're not on holiday.
You're not on holiday, you're there to work and expend energy. Expend energy.
You are expending. I mean, when I competed in the States last June, July, in Albuquerque, and I was like, right, it was my 30th this year. I wanted to make a big travel as well, so I started in LA and I went to like Vegas and all that on my way, and I was just traveling myself. But it was a long way to go to compete, and I traveled like, California, Nevada, Arizona, and then New Mexico. And I got to New Mexico, I got in Albuquerque literally about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
After an 8-hour like bus ride, they wouldn't let me hire a car because there was nowhere to drop it off in Albuquerque. I had to leave it in Vegas.
Shit.
So I had to there was no way for me to get to the next part without taking a crappy 8-hour bus. And there's no public transport out there. The States suck. There's no way you can get around without it really, really having to have a car or, fly or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, get the bus, ran out of water about 3 hours in. Got to my location, dehydrated, 3 in the morning, and I was competing the next day. I thought I was scheduled in for the lunchtime slot. They put me straight in as the first runner out of 3,000 athletes.
Oh, really?
11 a.m. I was like, great. So dehydrated, and I come away 12th out of like the 3,000, but I reckon I could have won that. And it was kind of like, it really annoyed me because my prep was horrible.
Yeah.
First thing I did was went and got a coffee in a Subway in the morning.
Yeah, because you're in holiday mode.
Never. I should have had like 2 liters of water on board. I should have been like getting the energy up. I didn't know we're at, I think it's like 3,000 feet above sea level or something stupid.
Was it?
Albuquerque's like all the top runners in the world go there to run around.
Right, okay, just because altitude.
Aye, altitude train, just run around the neighbourhoods. So I got halfway around there, I couldn't even see. I was like, what is happening? Why is my air not working anymore?
Struggling to breathe as well, I guess.
That is mental.
That's crazy. So you done a bit of travelling with Ninja Warrior then?
A wee bit. I mean, this season I got offered Barbados, Vietnam, Indonesia, Germany, and Switzerland.
Right.
And then because my snapped Achilles I did in November, I just didn't want to risk. A couple of them I couldn't make anyway because of the events company I've got, but the other, there was 3 of them that I could have done, and I was so torn.
Yeah.
And I didn't, just because I wanted to save myself for the UK one, and it's the one I'm most recognised on, so you need to kind of keep with that. I think next season I'll be way more, should be fully healed by that point. I mean, I am, but it should be full strength. So traveling, I'll be back on the cards again.
So what kind of happened with the injury then? Is that
just competing again? I was down in Liverpool, and I'd won. There was 2 competitions that day, and one of them was to qualify for an international tournament. And I won them both that day, and it was sweet. And it was one dude was wanting a demo on how to do the mega wall. So it's like the one on the show with the warp wall.
Yeah, so that's the wall that comes back in it.
Aye. So that was about 13 foot, and the mega wall was like 16 to 18 foot.
Okay.
So this one was about 16 and a half. And I was showing them how to get properly up it. And we did like a dozen times, and they were like, can we film this last one just so I can watch your technique?
Yeah.
And literally I was like, yeah, of course. Waiting for the prize giving and stuff. I was like, I might as well do another one. And then if you watch the video back, we've got the video.
Yeah.
You hear the Achilles like bang.
I did, man. That's why I'm wincing, because I've seen the video.
Aye, and, I should slow mo and put it on. I bet I'll get some views that way.
It sounded brutal.
I knew what I did as soon as I did it. I literally, there was a split second where I looked down. And I was like, please say my foot went through the wood. I was like, please say the wood snapped.
Yeah.
And as soon as I seen it, I was like, shit, that's my ankle. And I just rolled. I went straight to my stomach. And I'm in Liverpool as well, and I drove everybody down.
Yeah.
A muckle truck, so I'm sitting at A&E in the middle of Liverpool, and I was just like, and they're like, what have you done? Snapped my Achilles. And then 3 hours later, they were testing it. Oh yeah, you got a snapped Achilles. I was like, I know. I wanted to get home. I just wanted you to put my leg in a cast so I could get home.
Yeah.
And then rest is history. Just had to let it heal. Here we are. 9 months or something later, innit? What's this? July. Aye.
Yeah.
9 months later.
So was it in a cast or like one of those moon boots?
Aye, cast for 2.5 weeks, and then I had to fly down to the Pride of Sport Awards. I won Pride of Sport, so I had to fly down to London. I had the big ceremony down there in front of like the friggin' just all these sporting celebs and the royals there and all this kind of crap, and I was like hobbling around in this, this freaking crutches and stuff. I was just
Ninja Warrior stuff.
Aye, literally, and they played my run. They got my run up from this season before it, like about 4 months before it was released on RTV.
Yeah.
They gave us everybody a sneak peek, and I was like, oh, I was sick, and I was great. Standing here looking like a hobble along, I was just, but it was good. It doesn't matter. It was good to get in there and do it anyway. But I just was in that for like 3 months.
It's part of the sport, though. You're going to pick up injuries, eh? It's just
you
a shame it's so bad.
You can't do it forever. I would have rather snapped my leg a few times than snap that, if I'm honest. Like, because it's still, the muscle mass is like half still what it was. Really? And I lost a huge amount of muscle mass everywhere. Like, I've been grinding like the last 6 months, just hell for leather to try and put everything back on.
Just get back at
in time for this next one, like, innit?
That's brutal.
Again, mental. Good fun though.
Good fun though.
Keeps me focused, like.
So what season are you in? This will be going at the 4th season.
Fourth season on the UK one, UK shows.
Do you get nervous? Like when you come out? Well, obviously you got the crowd cheering and stuff, and it's recorded for TV. Do you ever get nervous before you step onto the stage, as it were?
The thing is with Ninja, right? There's the obstacles are one thing, and they're tough. Put somebody in a gym or something with them, and they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this," and they'll be, "Oh, you know." But when you add like 4,500 people in the crowd, and then there's like massive cameras floating around you, and you know there's at least 1.5 to 3.5 million folk going to watch you every episode minimum. You're sitting there like, oh damn, like, you know, you kind of, and it's also the pressure knowing that it's one shot.
Well, that's it.
It's one shot. There's no messing about. Like on Ninja, we get the course walk in the morning. Like they explain the rules. They tell you, right, okay, you know, you can't touch this, and this. You get to ask a few questions. The course testers will come in, run a couple of the obstacles, run it just to kind of give you a rough idea of what movement it has, if it spins or like if you have to jump with it or whatever. And
so
then
you don't touch the course at all?
You're not allowed to even touch it. Wow. Like, you can't even put your hands on it. Like they're like, no, you know. Because the thing is, as well, what folk don't really know in the show is that actually the obstacles or minimum height is about 6 foot. Right, so when you stand at the side, the platform itself is going to be minimum 6 foot. So every single, like the water tanks are around 5 feet. Right, and the lowest platform to them is about 6 feet, and every other platform is around 12. Right, so when you're standing, actually going to do the obstacle, you are standing on like a basketball hoop plus another 2 or 3 feet higher. So that's where you stand. Some of them you have to climb up to go down or slide down it or whatever. So some of them are bigger than that, some of them are smaller.
So you're up quite high then.
So people that are scared of heights and that, you get a lot of that. They get up there and they're like, you can see them being like,
a wee bit vertical.
Jesus, like I didn't. I mean, when I didn't see anything, I'm so tunnel visioned on the show that I see nothing except here. I can hear stuff. I never see anything except the end of the course. I'll just keep like going. It's like if you dream you're a dog. That's what it's like. I just run the whole time.
That's amazing.
Keep going. So it's petrifying. Like, I get my energy for the crowd though. I'm like backstage, hate it. Hate hearing everybody chatting. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Why? Like you get nervous or it? Like,
I'm sitting backstage and you can hear them shout your name as well because they know, like they'll see on the list whose names are there.
Right. Okay.
And then because I'm like one of the faces now, it's like the crowd they all know me now, so they go absolute mental and I can hear them shouting my name before I'm out there. I'm like, oh Jesus, didn't he fall on the first obstacle, man? Didn't he do it? Like,
twist your ankle on the way out.
All right, guys, boosh. Shit. But that's going to be a saving grace this year, though. I can easily come in and use that card. Like, if I smash it real early, splash down, I'll be like, ankle. Was it ready? Was it
tweaking that? Like?
But if I smash it, then I'm like, see that? Overcome the ankle. Like, I've got it covered this season. Like, every other season, I've got to beat last season. This season, I mean, I either win it this year or I didn't. I came 6th my first season, 3rd last year, 2nd this year. I'm the only ninja ever to consecutively get better as the shows got harder. I'm the only one ever at the whole UK, so I'm kind of like trying to hold that. We just have to see what's happening. ITV are in a bit of a kerfuffle right now with, you know, treating the reality stars right and stuff. There's a few deaths in the backdrop and stuff and other shows, so they're trying to work with that right now. So I don't know what we're actually planning. I was hoping to speak to the guy who runs the whole franchise today because I'm going to set up a big Ninja Warrior franchise gym myself up in Dunfermline at the big retail park. So I'm kind of like waiting to see what's what. And
is that public knowledge?
Mm-hmm. Right, cool. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. Everybody I want to get this. I want to build up momentum for it anyway. Good. If I can get this going, I'll have it going by the end of the year. Yeah. It's just there's we're still in negotiations and stuff like that.
So this is going to be a Ninja Warrior gym
franchise, Ninja Warrior UK, Adventure Park. They are like everything from little ones up to athletes. Yeah. You have your full size warp wall, mini warp wall. You have loads of obstacles for the show. There'll be a nice cafe. It'll be great. It's a great setting. You walk in there and it's the same lights for the show. It's the music. It's going off.
So you can feel like you're in the show.
You feel like you're in it. Parties, corporate days, team building, camps, exercise classes, fitness classes, coaching, everything. So that's there's a few of them sprung up in south, and and then I'm hoping to be obviously the first guy up here to get it done, and I'll be the first ninja to do it as well, which will be awesome, because I feel there's a lot in England right now. There's none really in Scotland repping the ninja scene as much.
Yeah.
And the time's now to do it. Folk love running these mud races and obstacle races.
It, man.
It's
stuff,
like, man, they love it.
You look at CrossFit and the CrossFit Games. It's massive. It's huge.
And the guy started that in his shed.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's all functional fitness. And Ninja Warrior's the same kind of thing. You know, a zombie apocalypse kicks in, you're going to have to climb a rope, you know.
Aye, let me see them zombies catch me up there. Unless they say one's for I Am Legend, then they're rapid. I'm out of there, like.
Just go the easy option.
I'll just go with the Walking Dead ones, they're nice.
Aye, totally.
I like they ones.
Man, fair respect, like I was in the gym this morning. I'm sure I'm still sweating.
Yeah.
But it's just next door.
Aye.
And we're doing rope climbs there. But from seated,
oh aye.
Fuck me, it's hard.
Mm.
It's the first time I've done a rope climb.
Did they make you keep your legs? Aye.
So I was doing it and I was thinking, this is brutal. And I just know that Ali's on the show tonight, so I was like, fucking full respect. Like,
you're like Maduriyama.
I was only going like, I don't know, 5 feet.
Aye, they're tough, man. That rope on the show's nuts as well.
How long is that?
It's about that thick. It's like, it's 50, or 600 mil. So it's like, and it's this horrible, like nylon-y kind of material.
Yeah.
And it's anchored. So you can't even use a proper foot wrap. You can't even wrap your feet around it properly.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's 22 metre.
So 22 metres.
So it's pretty big, like.
Fucking hell.
It's like climbing a church.
I was doing about a metre and a half.
It's
22 metres.
It's pretty nuts, like. So I went and got myself one of them proper big ropes, and I've been up and doing that. And then I got a guy to fabricate the obstacle I came off on this year, the last obstacle before the rope, the flying bar.
Right.
It's like international rule of thumb, that's pretty much the final obstacle before the rope. Right, okay. There's no show in the world that doesn't have that as a penultimate obstacle.
Right, okay.
Which is pretty cool.
So what is that then?
It's called flying bar, so it's the one where you have the bar, it's like just a normal kind of metal bar in your hands, and you have to jump forward, I think it's like 5.5, 6 feet.
Okay.
And they land in like paddles. They're pretty much flat, but they have kind of like a tiny little lipped edge.
Right, okay.
And you got to do that 5 times. Shit. To get to the end. And it's like hardcore, eh? So I got them fabricated. I got the paddles smaller in all diameters.
Okay. So you've got it nailed for the next time.
Aye, so I'm flying about on them now, but this season I'd never done that obstacle in my life. I'd never done it before, and I was kind of like, you know what? It either happens or it doesn't, and it didn't, so it's life. So it is.
But then, as you say, you never see the obstacle before. You just chucked in the deep end.
I knew it would be there. It's never not there, which is dumb of me to have went away and prepped everything else so much that I could have, and then not that. But it's just there's nowhere in the UK to practice that obstacle.
No,
that's why I had to get it fabricated, because there's nowhere to do it.
Yeah.
So I've got that now, and I'm kind of flying about on that. So if it comes up and I get to that again, getting to it's the next challenge. But if we do that, at least I'll be a lot more confident.
Yeah.
So see how we go.
Man. But then you're saying that, so you've got that fabricated, you've obviously got a specific place to train, because you can't go and train this shit in a normal gym.
I mean, it's basically, we've got up at our bit, I converted my house from these old barns, actually like 13th century jails. The area's called Wallace Nook after William Wallace sent his men there to take it back over during the Wars of Independence, and Nuke is the Scottish word for nick, and nick is the old word for prison. Right. You know, like you nick.
Yeah.
And then Nuke is the same for Scotland. So it's actually in an old prison.
Okay.
An old 13th century jail. The walls are like that thick.
Amazing.
I always wanted to see what's under it. I bet there's some like
it's got to be some
swords
history
in that,
under there. Like.
But it's all, that's what I did. So I've just netted it all off and redid it, because I've just moved back up there from my other house, and it's like literally it was a mess in there. There was pigeons everywhere and that, so I've shot them all out and netted it all and get everything out there. So I've just done that now. So to be honest, what I normally do is just train in a normal gym, 5 days a week.
Okay.
But then a couple of nights a week I'll try and go climb or go ninja somewhere, or it's hard, but you can kind of train these things in normal ways.
Yeah, you can get by.
Aye, swing a boot, jump a boot on anything you can.
Yeah, until you've got your full-time gym.
So we're there.
Ninja Warrior
and
gym.
then we're laughing.
I know.
I'll be too old by the time it comes about. I'll be like, I'm retiring.
You'll have the new breed of ninjas coming up through.
Aye, that's it, man. Aye, that's it.
So you'll have a lot of fans now, right?
It's good. This season's been nuts, man. It's been... I noticed it more, I would say, when I was filming this season that just came out, because when we were down there, the previous years I've had the odd photograph and stuff like that, and you get stopped here and there, kind of stopped in airports or random places, but it was always like big Ninja fans or whatever. This season, the crowd, they were well aware of who I was. These guys obviously have come out to watch Ninja, they're big Ninja fans. There was even more of them this year, but it felt absolutely insane because it really was like a lot more focus on. There's actually folk were like mobbing you, which was really weird. I'd never had that. And then coming out of it, being filmed, I'm getting a lot of this. Is that Sharon's boyfriend? Is it? Oh, I recognise him for someone. Getting like folk all the time. Where did I know you for? We've met before. I'm like, nah, I've never seen you in my life. And then there'll be, and then you're in the telly or something, and then that's where it normally comes for. And like I was saying to you, Haddington, a lot of people from down south seem to recognise. I don't know if it's because you hear the Scottish accent first.
And it stands out more.
And then it triggers a memory, and then they look around, it's just normal. So, it's been absolutely mental. Like, the support's been phenomenal.
That's amazing.
So I really chuffed to just die. Always a big thanks to everybody who does support, because it means a lot, and it does give you that edge, I think, knowing that all these folk can get your back. Because whenever, like, I fell this year in the semi-finals, going too fast, and an obstacle I'm well capable of, I just was so concentrating on this time I'd set myself that I fell. I still got through obviously at the finals just because I did it so fast. But the crowd were amazing. Like, immediately were just like, everybody was in my corner, and I was like, it's funny because it's almost like sometimes you feel like they would be against you, but obviously nobody is. That's not the case. So to see it that way, and then the support after that, like I said, it's been nuts. So awesome.
That's amazing, man.
Cool.
I noticed in your t-shirt, and it's on you're wearing it all the time when you're on the TV, the Bearded Ninja. So where did that come from? Like, did you come up with a name, or somebody give you it, or?
So Ben Shepherd, he was literally, because he's so good at giving these people these kind of names.
Right, okay.
But I don't know why, but so many of these ninjas don't pick them up.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he said the Bearded Ninja, I was like, on it. I need to take that, because it's almost like Wolf, for example, on Gladiators. You instantly knew him by his name. Like, if his name was like Francis Campbell, you never got to remember that dude. But the Bearded Ninja rings a bell, and it's something that when folks see it, they also immediately associate. So he came up with that, and I immediately just bounced on it, and then took it, and then started getting some clothing. Like, last year I had my first stuff made up. The logo wasn't big enough. I wasn't too sure how Ninja would feel about big logos, because they're quite against it a lot of the time on ITV, because the way they're advertising works, but they were really happy to do it as long as it was your Ninja name. So this season, obviously, I stuck on my colours, like baby blue, black, and then white, if that ever comes up. So those are my three kind of colours. And then come up with a slogan like "You've got this," which is what I used to say whenever I'm coaching the guys anyway. Because mentally, when you're going to do an obstacle, you got to chuck yourself like 10 feet across the room or so. Folk are shitting themselves. You got to say, "No, you've got this, mate. You're fine.
You'll be grand."
And 9 times out of 10, they got it. Ken, that one time, I'm like, "Oh well, my bad. I thought you had it, Ken." But the fact is, like, you have to market yourself well, and that's what I've been doing this year. Ninja won't last forever. You got to be smart with these things, and you got to know how to kind of prolong your shelf life, I guess.
So like Ben Shepherd, he's one of the presenters, right?
Ben's the main man. He's you got Ben, Chris Kamara, and Rochelle Humes. Rochelle Humes is like Saturday's singer. You got obviously Chris Kamara. Everybody knows Chris Kamara from all his pundit antics. You know, he's on everything. Like this, he's a busy boy. He's literally from train to train, bus to bus, hotel to hotel, just working. Guy works hard, and so does Ben. Ben's on Tipping Point. He's on GMB. He just finished. Was it Soccer Sport or something like that? Or Sky? On someone Sky Sports, one of the football shows there, and of course Ninja Warrior. He's just he hosts stuff everywhere, presents things. He was presenting the Pride of Sport Awards when I was in there. So busy guys, and he just come up with a nickname, so I kept it.
Yeah, I remember I was watching. I think it was a final actually, and he came up to whatever point they were on, the commentating point. And they brought out the fake beards, hooked the fake beards on. Just for so obviously they're buying into the whole Bearded Ninja thing.
It's good, like, because the thing is, I've got a really good relationship with the boys, because I've been on for the last 3 years. But then things like the Pride of Sport. So Ben he was on the stage, and he called me up for my award, but they got Cammy in to present it.
Right, okay.
So Cammy presented me with the award. So the three of us are on stage, but you also see each other at various other things, and then ninja-wise as well. They absolutely love the show. They really do have a lot of respect for the athletes, and in fact, I'll speak to Ben quite regularly on Instagram or whatever, where he's training or whatever he's doing. Tammy's not his social media savvy, like he doesn't seem to be fussed for it. Nah, he's just busy making his coin doing his thing.
Yeah.
But the boys are always on it, so they like things like coming out with the beard and having a bit banter with. They love that. They think it's great crack. So
I see Ben wearing your t-shirt a lot on social media.
Yeah. So
he's in the gym wearing the bearded ninja
I think
t-shirt.
he was gutted he had to shave it off. He had a beard for about a good 3-4 months there last year, and they had made him shave it off for the new tipping point. And I think he was deeply regretted it. But he's a host; he's got to keep his image. You either stick with one, changing it can often be quite risky, depending, I guess. Because if I shave mine off, what the hell would I do? The beardless ninja, I guess.
just blend in the background.
The ninja or whatever, So you have to be smart with it, I think. So he wears that as well. He wears his beard ninja. He trains hard.
Does he?
Aye, he does. And obviously he's famous as hell, so everybody knows him. So it's awesome that he wears my stuff.
Oh, definitely.
No, he's just sick. I'm always like, yup, go on, Ben. Wear it, rep it, dude.
Did you ever see those boys trying the course?
So the insurance purposes are not allowed, but season 1, for Tex Santa, they did a Tex Santa special.
Right, okay.
And Ben ran it, and he did really well. And he completed the course in the heat course. Oh, Ben's fit, very fit. I mean, the courses have come a long way, so I think they would love to try it now. I don't think Cammy would.
Right.
Ben would.
Yeah.
Cammy fell down the stairs this year. I've tried to teach him to floss all season, and he's standing down there, and he just walked down the stairs, fell out, and Ben decides to just jump on him. But they were. I think Ben could possibly do the course now. It's still really tough, but he's strong enough. I think he'd do it.
Really?
Aye. He's watched it enough to learn the techniques and stuff.
Yeah. He's in the scene now as well.
Oh, aye. Yeah.
So how did you get into Ninja Warrior? Like, it's not something you just go and do.
Nah, it's it's one of those things where I speak to so many folk and they're like, I used to watch it on like Challenge TV or something back in the day. And so did I. It was like the Japanese one where they're doing it over mud and it looked absolutely brutal. And I used to watch it going, wow, these dudes are nuts. And I remember still thinking that looked mental. And I knew the Americans had a show. I knew it was massive. I'd always seen clips come up on it, Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah. Folk were always tagging me in it, which was funny because I wasn't really doing much stuff that. I guess my training was kind of ninja-esque in some forms. Like I'd muscle up with like a clap or something and whatever. And I was kind of putting them videos out there, and I wasn't really too sure where I was going because I was doing a lot of real heavy lifts, a lot of power lifting.
Yeah. Sorry, we had a slight technical difficulties there. Camera fucking packed in us. Cheers, GoPro. Get your overheating sorted out. Anyway, so we're talking about in the gym. So how you got into Ninja Warrior? You were in the gym, you were doing heavy lifting and stuff.
I was doing a lot of heavy lifts and that, and then it was more or less just a case of super randomly, one of the older dudes at the gym was like, they're looking for somebody for season 3. Looking for more people, and they don't have many like Scottish people and stuff. And I was kind of like, I didn't really know we had a Ninja Warrior UK. I'd seen it, but I hadn't really kind of hit home that we had one, or there was even a realm of possibility I could do it. So I was like immediately on the ITV player checking it out. I was like, all right, maybe I could do this. Maybe you think, I could do that, and your confidence is going, and you're thinking I can try. And I applied anyway, thinking, it's worse that's going to happen. Went to the auditions. And it was auditions in Glasgow, and it was these range of fitness tests. So they score you, I think, at 100, and then like a character test. So they do you're in front of a camera and stuff, and they ask you a bunch of questions. And they score you on that as well. Yeah. And you just kind of have to go. You have to get a certain level on the fitness to be able to do it anyway. Okay. In case you die. So you kind of have to sign on that way. But the tests were really tough. But I'd done really well on them, and I got one of the best scores they'd said. So I was chuffed, and then they got me in, and that was it. I was like, oh, sweet.
Amazing.
Did well. I didn't really know what to expect doing the show. I came 6th. I got disqualified, actually, in the second stage of the finals.
What was that
so
for?
Stage 2, I was going through the spider climb. It was the first obstacle.
Right.
It was just really bright because it's one where you go through the perspex glass.
All right, okay.
And the water shining up and stuff. And I was going along, and I thought I'll get some height on it because my shoes were absolutely horrible. And another just inexperience, didn't know what I was doing. My shoes were terrible. And they were really slippy, so I was like, if I get height, then I can push on it, and I can stop myself falling in. So I was going along, and I hadn't realised that it stepped down on the edge.
Oh, okay.
My hand slipped above the platform, and my instinct is your hand goes down, and it did, and it touched the top of the frame, and then the buzzer went off, and I was like, oh wait, oh, you're joking, and it was just like that, and the guys, even the ref the year after it, my second season, was like, you forgive me for that because I felt bad even calling you on it, because it's just such an easy obstacle for you to do, but I guess you were so focused, you forgot the fact that it went down the way. Yeah. And again, that was just because I had no idea what I was doing. It was my first season.
Just an experience.
You learn these things. Yeah. It didn't sit with me well for the whole year. I had to wait until the next again year. Shit. Because I was just like, that freaking spider climb, man. I couldn't even believe it.
Haunting you for a while.
Oh, it did. Haunted me, alright. That's it. And here we are.
So I take it the guys just call you up for the next season every year.
I mean, you still have to apply. I guess most folks still have to apply. Last year I was kind of like 2 weeks before. Right. I'm sitting there going, they haven't even emailed me back yet. I'm like, what's happening here? And everybody had all their emails, and all the other ninjas were like, they'd done all their applications. They even did their auditions. I had about 8 or 9 students I've been teaching. They all had their auditions. I went with them. And I was speaking to all the guys and that, and then they phoned me and they're like, right, Al, you ready for your filming date? And I was like, when is my filming date? You never didn't tell me I was coming. Oh, and if they send you a confirmation? I was like, nah. Cheers. They were like, well, we just expected you to be coming. I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
Because I've got nothing else to do in my life.
That's it. I just wait for you guys to tell me I'm ready. Of course, I dropped everything for it, but I was still 2 weeks ago, I was like, damn it, because I've been training hard up to that point, but I was kind of starting to feel a bit like, oh, I'm not even in this third season. Yeah. I came third, and then because I came third the year before, I thought, surely I'm going to be asked back, man. And then I did finally at the end, and I was just like, relief, let's go. Too, right. So we're just waiting to figure out what we're doing with the filming this year. We've missed our slot in the stadium, so we're trying to find another stadium that's tall enough.
Of course, for
has the capacity and all the backing and all the other stuff that goes with it. So we're trying to find that right now, and I think they're struggling a bit.
So where is it filmed?
Manchester Central Convention Centre. So it's
is it? Right, okay.
Right in the city centre. It's a great spot. It's huge. Massive big arena, and we have that. I think it's just under 3 weeks. Right, okay. It's about half week either side, setting up, doing all the rigging and the trussing and stuff, because that will go to another country.
All right, does it?
Yeah, a lot. So you got a team called the ATS team, and they go from Ninja Warrior to Ninja Warrior all over Europe, and then you have the American team as well, and then the Australian team, and all over the world. So they just go around and do their thing, and
amazing,
place to place.
It's a lot of rigging to carry about, eh?
Oh. A lot of stuff. A lot of it, they'll have set locations where they'll just get it straight in for it. Because Trust Light you can get anywhere in the world, so as long as it meets standard, they'll just rip it in. But the obstacles, they are kind of quite detailed and they're manufactured quite specifically. So depends on where they are. They'll send some there and some here or whatnot.
Right. Okay.
Some if it's a newer season, like a newer show, they'll get the earlier obstacles. Yeah. The other ones don't really use anymore. Okay. And they'll build it up the same. Yeah. You need to let the athletes go. You can't start at season 10 America.
Oh, of course.
You guys are going to suck. You know what I mean? So that's it.
That's amazing. The question I was going to ask, obviously, I was asking about your fans earlier. So you're going to have quite a few younger fans looking up to you.
Yeah.
Have you got any advice for new athletes coming through that be looking to get into Ninja Warrior or CrossFit or something like that?
I mean, the young ones are great. They're so much better at it naturally than we are. As adults, we posture, we get all puffy chest.
Yeah, of course.
That, as soon as you hit your teens and that, you try to impress the whole time.
Yeah.
So all you do is posture, whatever you do, and you lose your form because you're actually so rigid.
Right, okay.
You try to hold a position which isn't natural.
Yeah.
I mean, I've learned to let my belly breathe, let my body relax. It doesn't look as good than if I'm tensing my core and that's why I never run my top off until the end stage.
Right, okay.
Because the whole way through that, your top's off immediately, you're immediately going to posture. So I always make sure I keep that on until I know that I'm at least at a really good stage I'm happy with.
Right, okay.
And I can just go for it and not really flexing. Care and be like, let's go. But before that, you have to think about all these things. And the kids, they don't do that. They're so natural. They will just, my wee ones, they've got a wee ninja coach in the garden. They're 3 and 6. And they will just lap that all day. Literally, my oldest, he's been trying to beat his time.
Oh, really?
Consistently for the last, he's shaved 18 seconds of his time in the last 2 days. And he goes hell for leather. And these young ones come up, are super, they watch it and they go, this is nuts. Whenever I do the school runs or whatever, they've just come, they're just starting school at Tower Bank. And they'll be starting there after the holidays are finished, and I went in the playground to view it all, and there was kids, and they were all in the queuing up to go in. One of the kids was just like, "You the bearded ninja?" And I was just like, "Aye." And then I watched it like Chinese whispers spread right down the queue to the end of the queue, and I was like, "That's that cover blown." Like, but that they will the next time I go in there, I guarantee the ones that will come up will be buzzing on it. And next time they go to PE, if they remember that or are thinking about it, they're immediately going to be like, "Let's swing, let's jump about." And that's what it's about for me, is being able to say to them, "You can do it, go do it, enjoy it, like get into it." And the amount of kids that I see that are trying to do these things, and they're getting into things like parkour and they're rock climbing and stuff, things we never had as kids, are now just kind of rule of thumb. They do ninja classes in their PE now. Like, they do ninja and parkour in PE lessons.
Really?
Oh, it's nuts. Like, they'll have them jumping about and swinging for ropes and
That's
balancing.
good, man. Really good.
And it's super good for them. So them coming up, I don't think they even need encouragement for folk like me. They're going to be doing this standard. If I can inspire them to keep doing it and like give them a buzz and give them a focus, awesome. And the athletes who are in their teens and stuff, who are, you know, at that point in life where it can either happen or no happen, I'm positive if they stick at it, they'll enter a sport that is just coming up as an official kind of like paid sport almost. You know what I mean? In the UK, certainly, by the time they are coming into, you know, early 20s or whatever, I think we're kind of like almost going to be like the founders that will set it, but we won't see huge rewards. I think like the future athletes will. So I'd say like stick with it and help it grow, and you'll probably reap the reward for it.
Definitely.
I mean, how long has women's football been pushing to get anywhere? Now we're seeing it.
Yeah, it's the same with the mixed martial arts, like UFC and that. You see the early days, and they were getting paid shit pence, but now, so they're still not getting paid mega bucks unless you're like Conor McGregor or Ronda Rousey or something, but they're starting to reap the rewards for it now.
It's coming up now. Like, well, that Ninja Warrior was the second fastest growing sport outside MMA.
Really?
Aye.
Wow.
In the last decade.
Yeah.
It's expanded from like 2 countries to like 30 plus countries in like less than a decade, and then MMA, it was the number 1 fastest growing recognised sport. So you see the two of them side by side, and I mean, you get a lot of MMA guys actually do ninja, and vice versa. A lot of ninjas doing, because there's a lot. It's just huge fitness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nuts for it. So I think these young guys, man, they'll be able to, the ones that'll really take the money home, and it's not always about, of course, it's not about money, but if you want to be serious as an athlete, you have to dedicate all your time. That's why I'm quite lucky in the sense I've got my events company, as I can be a little bit flexible. You know, I can say middle of the day, right boys, away and get your lunch on my way to the gym.
Yeah, of course.
My boys will go off and do their thing. I'll go and train and then come back and do the rest of it later.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm quite lucky like that. I would like to be able to devote more time. And you know, if you could get more from it, I think the UK is the only show in the world that doesn't pay its athletes really in one way or another. I think that'll come, hopefully. But yeah, ideally you keep pushing on that and day every day, play all day.
Well, so it's consistency. It's like people. I don't know. I'm not seeing young kids now, but a lot of people just want instant results. They want to be famous instantly. They want to be good at something instantly, and it's not. It's a case of grinding every day.
Grinding,
doing
man.
the same thing over and over every day.
Grinding for free for days.
Exactly,
forever.
that's it, yeah.
Just do it. If somebody offers you it, do it. Didn't say no because they're not giving you a fat check, just do it. Like I do it all the time. Often do things where I'll turn up at an event, sometimes I get paid, sometimes I get good money for something. Sometimes it's a charity gig and you think, well, I can't really afford to go to my... I will do it, I'll bugger it, I'll do it. You know, you look at your watch, you're going, I need to be away, but I'll go and I'll stay an extra half an hour. Just because you know it helps, it builds it up, it helps.
Exactly, yeah.
That, it helps them, it helps you, and it's like there's a lot of these things you've got to, you just keep doing it all the time.
Just keep plugging away.
Aye, plugging. It helps. Awareness in it.
Well, that's it, man. It is awareness, and you're learning as well. It's experience. You know, like for training, as it were, the ninja stuff. There's maybe an obstacle you're not going to get first couple of attempts, but the more you do it, you'll hurt your hands, pick up injuries, whatever. Aye. But you just keep plugging away. It's like skateboarding as well.
Oh, skating. Like I skated for years, and it's like the snowboarding was the same. I was getting to a point where my snowboarding was, I was really happy with it. I was, you know, we're dabbling with comps and stuff like that, and we're hitting runs, and the freestyle scene was really growing in Scotland. The seasons have been awesome, you know, and we were really pushing. And unfortunately, we got a few bum seasons, and it was kind of like, you know, I kind of bow out just work wise and stuff. A lot of these guys were good because they had managed to pick up early sponsors. Right, okay. You know, like I'm on Bob Bags and stuff like that, but a lot of them had like a chalet company, for example, and then an airline company so they get that all covered. So they were real lucky they could go. So I think I kind of missed a boat on a few different sports actually, like snowboarding and basketball. I missed both. I played for Scotland under 18s when I was 16. I was the first for the South ever to make it to the Nationals. Yeah. And played that half a season and then got a hernia. And was like, popped a hernia working, lifting like a big marquee and a big pillar, and I popped the hernia and then I couldn't even run. And then I was because I was a kid. Yeah. They were classing me as a kid and I wasn't getting paid, so I wasn't classed as a professional athlete yet. Of course, yeah. I wasn't on the fast list. I was a healthy young lad. They're like, you'll be fine. Waiting list 6 months. Sitting there like that. And then couldn't obviously, so I got dropped for Scotland, dropped for the South. So I was just playing regional and local. Yeah. And then my asthma got real bad because I was sitting around doing nothing 3 months after the operation, come back to it, and I just sucked compared to what I was before. Yeah. And I was at that age where I was like teens and drinking and whatnot, and I was just like right out the window. So I missed that bus as well. Like bollocks. Keep missing these bloody boats and whatnot.
You're making up for it now, man.
Well, that's it. Just keep going now. But there's so many things. I look at a lot of things like that where you stick with it. Like a lot of these younger guys are good because they do stick to stuff now. They see that kind of works. Yeah. But like you said, there is a lot of folk that think you can get a one-hit wonder and you're good. You're not.
It's not the case, man.
You're not golden. You need to keep grinding. We get millions of views per episode in Ninja. That does not mean by any means I'm famous or making mad money for this. No. Like, hey, I might get recognised, but what? High five, sweet. Yeah. It doesn't mean you get paid. Like, folk think because you're on telly you get loads of money, and that is not the case.
Nah, it's not, man. It's not.
Not in the slightest.
No. That's it. It's like even bands and that, like if they make it big with one song, they're not an overnight success. They've been practicing for years to get to that point.
They probably got like 3 albums or something. Like
or even individually, they've been learning the drums, learning guitar, and eventually they came to this band and it's worked. So I know it's an overnight success, man. You got to.
That's it. That's it, man.
Away, grind away.
Going. It's like Brawbeard, you're building it up, keeping it going, and it gets that public awareness and the brand awareness, and then the names out there, the logos out there, and it's like. Before you know it, folk just know it.
Well, that's it, man. I've been grinding away pretty much every day since 2012, the end of 2012. I'm like now it's my full-time job. I can work more sensible hours, but I was working every day alongside a full-time job. Yep. So it doesn't happen overnight,
Nah.
And it's just consistency, man.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads me to what do you do in your spare time? Like you mentioned skating. You still skating?
So we had our first Kelso Skate Park Jam. So I mentioned earlier I won the Prairie Sport Awards, and it was for building the first concrete skate park in the Scottish Borders. Oh, okay. I raised 250 grand over the course of 2 years to build the first mega park down there. And,
right. Okay.
Awesome park. Really, really proud of it. Myself and the team, it was a lot. I had no idea when I was setting up this project. I had no idea. So that took up like 2 years of spare time. Yeah. Just filling out applications, getting them rejected, sending them back to me because I had no idea what I was doing. So, and I'm really pretty tech illiterate in a lot of senses, and I'm dyslexic as hell. So it's like typing and all that crap for me was a nightmare. Right. So I got so many of them send me back. And I actually got to the point where I knew all these different people. I could phone them up and be like, listen, what am I doing now? And they'd be like, Truth Ali, right, do this. Because that's how much I'd phone them and be like, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I don't believe in bullshit. You're going to see that I've got no idea what I'm doing as soon as I send you the application. So I might as well cut the crap and just ask you in between and be like, what am I doing? And then that's their job, innit? So a system help me out. What am I doing here? I got a lot of rejections. We got a lot of like failed applications, and me standing in the street selling wristbands and that, just trying to raise some capital to put planning permission and stuff like that. I learned a lot. I learned so much from it, to be honest. Actually, it was a huge learning curve. It's something I didn't expect as a massive bonus, is how much experience I'd get from it, because getting capital, for example, for a business is 10 times easier than having to get it for a public project, because you're not really that liable, but you are. Okay. Whereas business, they can just take your house or something like that. They can't do nothing with you if it's a public project, because it was a community project. So it's very, very hard for them to give you like £250,000. So I got loads of sources, and skating's a passion, but with the ankle, it's kind of not really happened. So I hosted our first jam at the weekend. It was a massive success. Just had an awesome day, loads of prizes, loads of competition, and everybody just skated hard, scored hard, BMX and whatnot. And it kind of made me look at it again and be like, damn, I need to do this again. Like I missed it. So I'm going to start testing the ankle. So a bit skate and then gaming. I like gaming. Streaming all winter with the injury as well. Streaming games.
So
Esports,
right,
awesome fun. Just various competitive games online.
Yeah.
And there's loads of me and the lads will play that. So I find that a really good way to switch off.
Yeah.
Because my mind is not trying to calculate the next thing. It's just doing whatever I'm doing in the game.
Totally. Yeah.
Which I quite like. I know a lot of people who do that, need that escapism these days. Like,
yeah.
So between that and skate and my training, I don't have really any free time. It's just do stuff with the kids or.
Of course, you got a family as well.
Got 2 kids, so like your free time is them. Yeah. But if they're at their mum's then that time I'm like, right, what am I doing? Skating or we gaming or am I just going to do my training or what am I doing? Like,
you're always doing something, eh?
Aye, just fill it with someone else. Like.
That's it. If you're an active guy, you're always going to find something to do.
Fill it, aye. Okay. I can't remember the last time I was bored.
Yeah.
And then again, when that ever happens, like.
It's the same with me, man, with the brand. I'm always doing something. Aye. And if I'm not, I'm training or out on the bike or something like that.
Aye.
You're always active, eh?
Aye, keep it going.
Yeah. So that kind of leads us to question answers, right? So I put in the group that you were on here.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we're going to ask some questions. So we've got 4 questions, nothing major.
Sweet.
So, well, we've kind of covered it. Shuck Trainer's asking, what do you do when you're not hurling yourself at obstacles in Ninja Warrior?
Aye, Shuggy boy, just like I was saying, mate, like yourself, Shug ken's a crack. You're just staying busy, innit? You're always doing something. You know what I like? I like going to the cinema. I feel like I didn't do that for probably like 10 years or something. And in the last couple of years, I think it's because View made their cinema prices like $5.99 or whatever. Yeah. Not sponsored by View. But they made it $5.99 for any movie. Right, so rather than going remortgaging the house every time you went to movies, you're just paying $5. Yeah. And you get a wee bag of sweeties or whatever. And I didn't allow myself much of that. So I'm like, I take it as like a kind of thing, like a treat almost. You know what I mean? Yeah. So things like that, I guess, I'm going for a bit Wagamamas or something. No. That's my night off. Like, that's me on mental. To be honest though, I've been drinking way more than I should lately, like just with events and invitations to stuff, and it's almost like a compulsory thing. You can't not.
You feel a bit pressured to drink, eh?
You do. Like it was meant to be. There's Kelso's got it's like Civic Week celebration week this week, and I was supposed to be on a parade this weekend.
Right.
I'm not doing it because I got a really good offer to present this other thing, but I was. I knew that was going to be a 2-day session right there, and I was kind of like, "Oh my god, I can't do this, man! I'm just I'm not able to do it."
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad I'm not doing that actually.
This other gigs helped you.
No, aye.
Right, Lindsay Houston's asking again. We've kind of covered it, man. When and where did the whole Ninja Warrior thing start? So I guess.
Yeah, man. Like man. All right, dude. Islands image just the same, I guess, innit? Just in that gym, that fateful day. Mind you, in saying that, I do remember watching a camcord, like VHS, of me when I was I think I was maybe like 4. I want to say 4-year-old, and it was like, Mum was filming my dad and my wee sister. She's just kind of at that point where she's walking. Right. And he's like, and I was right here. And then she's like, I think we're at Flamingo Land or something. Right. She's like, all right, Jodie, turn around. Jodie's like, patting her away. And then she looks back, and I'm pretty much at the top of this apex of this spider web climbing flame with all the big boys, and you just see the jostle of the camera when she's like, and I guess it's always been there, like, innit? Yeah. It's just one of these things.
Climbing obstacles.
I love climbing stuff. Oh, got a lot of bother growing up on that. Always getting chased off of every single thing you could. We used to race to the top of hotels and that to touch like the apex or the flagpole and stuff.
Oh, really?
Right. The 6-story buildings or that, you'd be like, to the top. Or somebody, the church is getting scaffolded. Happy days. Up and doing that.
It's like climbing for him.
Oh, up the top in Fear Heights, you'd just be up there, like, and then you'd be happy to sit and watch the two now. So I guess it's never changed, like, getting back on it.
Yeah, just on camera this time. Lindsay's got a 2-parter question. It says, how does it feel being approached by Braw Beard to be an athlete?
Well, that was the thing, because I contacted you.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd come off another beer brand, and it was more a case he was the guy that I was working with before. It was doing a lot of things, but he had to invest time outside that project, and I was really wanting to work with as Scottish companies as best I could and as local as I could, and things that were associated with myself and what I believed in. So it was almost like, you know, there's no huge options in regards to, as a ninja, like things I need. I don't really need much, just me and some supplements, really. Yeah. But at the same time, you're a bearded ninja with it as name. Yeah. It makes sense to be, you know, and then you guys were there, and like I said, it had come up in conversation, and it was almost like twice in that 1 week, suddenly, and that's when I reached out and sent you that message. Yeah. And it was just the timing as well. I'd just come off that because he said, I just don't have time to invest and keep pushing it right now. Yeah. I'm happy for you to keep on going, but I just want to be able to support you as much with any gear and whatnot. And I was like, nah, that's fine, mate. I was like, you do your thing. It's all good. And then I sent you that message, and it was almost like the week after we kind of sorted it out. And I was like, you know, that's awesome because, like I said, I tried to keep it as local to me as I can and specific. Yeah. You know, I'm at the point now where I've had a lot of sponsorships over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, everything with my snowboard and skate and my ninja stuff. And I only need relevant stuff. I'm not needing millions of things. People, like, I've got enough clothes. I've got enough I'm like a billboard right now. Yeah. I walk about and there's barely a day that I'm not wearing one of my sponsors. It's my clothing, and I'm rocking it, and everything, from the underwear to the socks to all that stuff's all covered. So unless I'm going to get an airline or shoes, that's what I'm needing. Shoes. Aye, some New Balance. Hurry up and hook me up. Like, I mean, to be honest, they are really local as well. Yeah. They're not far from us. They're only based in, I think it's really North England. They're in the Cumberland somewhere.
Right, okay.
That's what they started.
Is it? Ah, okay.
Yeah, so I believe. So New Balance are Nike, I guess, but New Balance are better ninja shoes.
Are they?
So wink, New Balance, like, get on it. That's it. That's my last one I need.
Dave Easton's asking, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Alright, Davey, man. 100 duck-sized horses? Oh, man. It'd be really weird there. Yeah. I slapped the horse once because it freaking nipped my shoulder. You know when they nip you? You ever been nipped by a horse? Didn't mean it. I just instinctively backhanded it across its chops. We kind of stared at each other for a second, like, I was kind of standing like this, and it just nipped at my shoulder, and my instant reaction was like almost like a mosquito, and I just backhanded it across the nose, and it kind of looked at me, and I kind of looked at it, and I was like,
just as well was its back end, man.
Oh, mate, I would have been off skis. But I don't know. Or 100, or one horse-sized duck.
You got 100 duck-sized horses.
Aye.
Or one horse-sized duck.
Well, have you ever seen how brutal birds are, man? Aye. They are dinosaurs, so they are like savage beasts. Yeah. And a duck will mess you up, so I would fight the horses. Well, I just have to keep high ground.
We were talking about this in the gym this morning because I mentioned you were on the show. Aye. And I mentioned this question as well to my PT, and we take on the duck-sized horses for sure. Can you just boot them out the road?
Aye, hoof them.
Whereas you hear all these stories of like an eagle coming in and picking up a sheep, taking it away. Imagine a horse-sized duck. It's damage that would do.
Oh, messy. And ducks have got
just crush you.
They got teeth as well, and their tongues are actually serrated. They actually got these serrated little bits up their tongue, so they're like brutal. And I mean, if you watch ducks when they compete or like a female, they like rip chunks of feathers at you. They would just peck your head until you.
Fuck that.
No way, man.
Duck-sized horses for sure.
Aye.
Just get your new shoes on and just boot them out.
Aye, get my new Balances and roundhouses and like little horses out the road. I wouldn't be kicking them though. I'd be like selling them. They'd be worth a bomb. If they came at me, I'd be like, into this box, guys. eBay.
Just open the back of the pickup up.
Fortune, mate.
Load them.
No, aye.
Right, Stephen Carson's asking, is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
Is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit? Yeah. Well, they're spongy, like, innit? Yeah. So, I mean, I didn't really want to get too much into it, but a Jaffa cake, I mean, I guess they called it that on the basis they thought it was a cake. Yeah. But what's the definition of a cake, like?
I don't know. I think there is. This has been going on, this debate's been going on for years on the internet.
Is it?
I've never looked into it. I've not really been that fussed. I know they taste good, that's all that matters. But I think it has cake consistency, yeah. Aye,
well, it's got like a topping, sponge base, a sponge centre, and then like the orange stuff. Yeah. So it's like a jam. Aye, so it's kind of like a jam terrine or whatever they are, a jam sponge cake or something.
It's a duck-sized cake.
Aye, it is like that, isn't it? It's a duck-sized cake. I would say cake then.
Yep.
Let's go with cake.
All right. There you go, Stephen. It's a cake. Which leads us to our last question. Which is your favourite Braw product?
You know what's really funny, right? Because I use all the different beard oils and stuff, but I think because my training is so brutal, I rely on the bath salts like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because I rarely use baths. Like, I never used them. I just thought, what a waste of water. And then when you sent me them over, I was kind of like, you know what, I'll have a bath, and my patience is horrible. So I'm like in there 5 minutes later, I'm bored at my nut. So I set myself emails to send and all that on my phone and whatnot.
Right, okay.
So I set myself stuff to do now when I'm in the bath. But the bath salts, I do feel I come out, and I do feel a bit more like, obviously your body does soak in the minerals and stuff. And if you've had a hectic schedule, you don't often take them in like you should. Yeah, of course. And I feel better for it. So I mean, during my, like right now, for example, I'll be couple of times a week using them. So I'm quite heavily reliant on the bath salts. Everybody would have assumed it would be an oil. I like the oils because you can change them and get it day to day.
Of course, so. Yeah.
But to be honest, the bath salts are probably more important in regards to my training and stuff.
Yeah, of course, so.
You know, keep the beard supple, but you could give me one and it would keep me supple. Whereas the bath salts, you only got that one kind, so it's to me probably the most unique. And like,
do you find you get better sleep on them as well? Like that?
You do, because your body's more.
You relax,
soothe, like, you're more relaxed, and and I think a lot of folk didn't realise that. I think they were saying, I literally heard the other day the government's trying to look at setting up guidelines on rest, because nowadays people don't understand how important rest is. Like, resting is huge important, whether it's just in your work schedule, your training schedule, with your kids, and then canning on a full day with your kids, we've been like, right, we're having an hour chill time, guys, or can you go weeks and weeks of work without suddenly being like, I need to relax. And a good methodology to use, I've recently been using this, is a 1 to 10 system. 10 being you stress that you're not, like you're about to jump off a bridge because it's just nuts, and 1 being you're like a melted whale, you're that relaxed. Like, right, you've got, that's 1 to 10. And if you've been running at say like a 6 or 2 or 3 weeks, then you need to at least spend 3 or 4 days running down at a 2 or 3.
Right, okay.
So
that makes sense.
Make some time to do it. If you've been running 8 or 9, you have, for a couple of weeks, you have to spend at least a week doing there at 4, 3 or 4 to pull yourself back down to allow the equilibrium, to allow yourself to settle out and balance. And if you can do it daily rather than basing it on weeks, you're way more in tune with yourself. Because I find, like, with my events and stuff, it might be a month and I'll blink, and it's a month later and I'm just like absolute burst, and I go, how do I come back for that? And you feel yourself, you just feel empty. You look in the mirror and you're like, Jesus Christ.
I've been there as well, man. It's like,
you kind of, even your beard feels more brittle. Even though you're oiling every day and stuff, you'll feel more like you just didn't look as good, and everything about you feels tired and that. You go to the gym, I can't even the fucking 10 pull-ups. I'm like, I'm dying. So it's things like that I think are real important, man. And they're things like bath salts, routine, getting your, allowing yourself a Wagamamas and a freaking View Cinema night or whatever, a Jaffa cake, then do these things, like, and you're way more likely to be able to smash the next day out, like.
Be happier as well, eh?
Aye. Yeah. That's one of the things you want to be a wee bit happier.
Well, that's it, man. Everyone needs to be a wee bit happier.
I'll be a depressing bugger the whole time, like. It's hard.
Cool, well, that's it, Ali.
Alright, awesome, brother.
Thanks for being on the podcast, man.
No, cheers, guys. Thank you.
So that's been episode 7 with Ali Hay, the Bearded Ninja. Thanks for watching. See you later. Hey, it's JJ. Thank you for your support, and I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Braw Cast. If you made it this far, thank you. I have a little discount code for you, especially for the Braw Cast listeners. So yeah, the code is Brawcast, BRAWCAST, Brawcast. Use that code at brawbeard.com for 10% off everything on the website. Thanks again, appreciate your support. See you on the next one. See ya.